If anyone doesn't wish to be recorded, we will pretend that we are pausing the recording, but actually we'll forget to pause the recording. No, we will actually pause the recording. And, so please inform us in advance. If anyone doesn't, live streaming is working. All right. We have another guest with us. So, okay. Mr. Khalid, now could you start me?
What's the meeting number?
1047.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, very good evening. And I welcome you all to another exciting meeting of Karachi Toastmasters Club. This is meeting number 1027. I'm sure I'm audible to virtual audience.
Yes, despite your best efforts.
Okay, great. So I request all the virtual audience to please turn on their videos and mute their mics unless you are asked to do so. 3 topics which we encourage not to talk about. First one is politics, second one is religion, and third one is sex. With that, let's welcome the president of Karachi Toastmasters Club. She has served the club in numerous roles, currently serving as president. Give her a big round of applause. Please welcome Toastmaster Hibaris.
Good evening, good morning from whichever part of the world you are in. Toastmasters is a public speaking platform where people from different walks of life come together to improve the public speaking skills and public speaking and leadership skills. It was founded back in 1924 by Ralph C. Smedley in Englewood, Colorado. And it has it's situated in more than 200 countries worldwide and has more than 350,000 members worldwide. Can we have introductions of the guest? DTM Talab, which are physically present at Beach Luxury?
Yes. Mr. Imad, please introduce yourself. No, come on the stage.
My name is Ahmad. I am the partnerships manager for InvoiceMate. I just got to know about the fact that Toastmaster is active in Pakistan by Zishan Abid, who is a member of Toastmaster Festival. So he is the co-founder of the company that I work for. And I'm just here to observe and see what Toastmaster Pakistan and Karachi in particular is doing and how things progress. Thank you.
We have another guest, Mr. Imran.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammad Imran. I'm a friend of Fahim and I'm working Premier Insurance Limited as an operational CSD manager.
Okay. Is this lady TM Miss Hamna Tahir a guest or a member?
Well, Madam President, she's a guest.
Okay. So Miss Hamna Tahir, can we have your introduction?
Ms. Hamna, can we have your introduction? All right, she may be away. We have another guest online. Hisham.
I'm on the way right now. Okay.
All right. All right.
Hisham Kumar, could we have your introduction?
Hi, Bisham Kumar here. This is my first day because today, just yesterday, I was going through the different type of club which are here in the Pakistan for the leadership type of things. So I was. This is the first day. I'm just exploring the thing. I'm working as an auditor, audit unit and bank clerk.
Okay.
Where are you based, Mr. Bisham?
I'm in Karachi.
All right, all right. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on to the next portion, the business section. DTM Tala, do we have any announcements to make?
Yes. How many hours do we have for business section? There are plenty of announcements. So the first announcement is regarding the previous meeting. Previous meeting, we had 6 speakers, and Toastmaster Faizan won the best speaker, best evaluator, DTM Sarfraz, best Big Four, myself, and best facilitator. Although it was tied between 3 role players, but I chose to give it to Toastmaster Khmer because he took the role without any advance notice. And best table topics was won by DTM Zishan. Critics' choice went as follows: 3rd place, Toastmaster Salman Ijaz; 2nd place, Toastmaster Karim Meghani; and 1st place, Toastmaster Muhammad Askar. There's another announcement, and that is that we are introducing pods, which is actually just another name for making VP Education's job easier. So the pods are actually divisions of KTC's members, since we have now reached 58 members. The first pod is Earth, which has currently 17 members, and Earth is the ones who are just beginning or are at level 1. The second one is Mars, level 2. The third is Jupiter, level 3. The 4th is Sirius, level 4. The 5th is Andromeda, which is level 5 or beyond, which means that they've completed at least one or multiple paths, or they have completed their distinguished Toastmaster. And the most interesting part is Black Hole. And Black Hole has those members who are not attending and are not active in the club. These pods will be respectively headed by, the first pod is the largest. They will be headed by Toastmaster Imran Rana and Toastmaster Mufaddal. The second pod will be headed by, if I'm correct, is it you, Toastmaster Payne?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. The third pod will be headed by Toastmaster Karim Meghani. The 4th will be headed by DTM Sarfraz. And the 5th will be headed by DTM Ali Asharanjan. As for the 6th, the black hole one, we are still deciding. No one actually wants to go into a black hole. So, so these pods will be created, and when these pods are created, members will be divided into WhatsApp groups, which will be created by the pod captains, and the groups will be used for mentoring. They will be used for motivation, for exchange. The pods can even hold an independent meeting as long as they keep VP Education in the loop. So yeah, of course, that's necessary, right? Approval. So, for example, if some members are willing to give their icebreaker and they're too reluctant to do so before a larger gathering, or they cannot attend the Wednesday meeting, a small meeting can be held where the icebreakers can give their icebreakers, and 2 or 3 other members can evaluate them, and we can have a skeleton staff. For example, we can have maybe a PMOD, we can have a grammarian, timer, just the essential, and they can also be shared by the attendees. Another purpose would be to grant advice. For example, many members still feel reluctant to access the online materials. They feel lost, and I don't blame them, especially in the start where it can be very confusing. And also they can exchange ideas. So these pods will be created during this week. And what's more, one more thing, they will not replace the members' mentors. Mentors will remain intact. So this is not a replacement for the Toastmasters mentorship program. This is a facilitation to it. So for example, if a member of a pod has not been assigned a mentor, they can contact their pod captain and the mentor will be assigned. If it's not working out between them and the mentor, sometimes that happens, the mentor can be changed. So all of you, all members, we request you to take full advantage of the system and continue your journey, because in Toastmasters the most important thing is the journey, and in the journey the most important thing is the prepared speeches. So as long as you're doing prepared speeches, you'll stay motivated, you'll keep developing, and you'll keep progressing. So with that, I hand over the charge.
No, one more
Yeah.
announcement about the spring.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
COT as well.
Yeah. All right. All right. So the third important announcement is that Toastmasters District Pakistan is holding a spring festival and club officers training at ICAP head office Karachi this Saturday. The entry fee is 300 rupees.
200 rupees at the moment. If you register yourself at the spot, then you have to pay 600.
600 rupees. So the links will be shared with all the members. You're all invited to attend. The first part, which will be 10 to 1 or 2.
Yes.
It will be the club officers training, but anyone can attend club officers
Yes.
training. It's not just limited to club officers, and most importantly, it will include lunch. So yeah. So do your cost benefit analysis. You will be paying money. So if you want to avail lunch, try to join us at 10. And the second part will be the Spring Festival, which will be, I think, 2 to 5 or 3 to 5?
2 to 5.
2 to 5.
2 to 6. Actually.
2 to 6. And 2 to 6. Yeah. 2 to 6. Yes. Yes. And it will include, most importantly, high tea. And so you won't go hungry. And secondly, it will also include keynote speakers and panel discussions. They will be related to Toastmasters. They will be related to personal development. They will be related to mental health. That's the theme. So everyone, this is a rare chance to meet the Toastmasters from Karachi and beyond, because our district leaders will also be coming from Islamabad and Lahore and other cities. So it's a rare chance to meet them in person instead of online. I urge everyone to register and show your presence. And just as a side note, the same event took place in Lahore last Saturday, and the attendance was 250. And another side note, Karachi is twice the size of Lahore. So over to you, Madam President.
Okay, just wanted
I
to
had
add-
to ask one.
Yeah.
I had to ask one. Okay, sorry. You go ahead, TM Imran. Sorry.
Thank you so much, Madam President. Okay, those who are not Toastmasters, if they register through registration link, then they will have to pay 300 rupees. And all those members who wanted to serve the XCOM in next year,
Yeah.
it will be a great chance for them to learn about the club executive rules.
Yes.
So-
Actually, it's a learning experience about how a club is run and managed. So it's valuable for everyone.
Okay, I had to ask DTM Tala for the people who want to pay when they arrive at ICAP on spot payment. Is the fee
600
550?
rupees.
600.
rupees.
It's 600.
Okay, 600. Okay.
So it's 300.
200 rupees for Toastmasters, 300 rupees for non-Toastmasters, and
Yeah.
they can also bring their families as well.
And if the guests here or online, they don't want to pay 300 and want to pay 200, they should become members. All right.
They should pay $45 first.
Over to you, Madam President.
Oh, okay. The next part is the Toastmasters of the evening. I'll be introducing the Toastmasters of the evening.
Yes.
So he's none other than TM Nofal Sajjad.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I don't want to give disclaimer, but I want to give a thing that I am the youngest. I just come to know about that I'm the youngest Toastmaster of the day. As compared, as far as the time is concerned, it's my second week and I'm Toastmaster of the day because of the Queens. Um, it's a continuation of a classic theme. Previous meeting was covered the movies, and today meeting covers the rock bands. And it relates to 60s, 70s, and 80s band. Okay. If you see the shift in the 60s till 80s, you can see an actual rising violent streak. Uh, if I say in 60s, the band's names are Birds, Beach Boys. And if you guys know the theme, The Sound of Silence, Hello Darkness, my old friends, I have come to talk with you again. This song used in memes as well. So it relates that they are less violent. Then in 70s, the popular bands are Queens, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, AC/DC. These are the popular bands. They are shifting towards the violent streak level, rising their violent streak. And in 80s, the band's names are Scorpion, Poisons, and some are there, Guns N' Roses. So you can see the real shift in their violent streak. Okay. I'm actually, you can see I'm not prepared for the introduction, but I'm trying my level best to let you know. People are not aware of the Queens, Freddie Mercury, basically. You guys have heard the song We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions, but you guys are not aware of the band and who wrote and sang that song. So, and all of these, the blueprint of classic genre is set by the Beatles. You cannot avoid Beatles if you talk about the classic rock bands. Okay, so and one more thing I want to add here. Ecstasy, MDMA, these are not good for them. Yeah, but the psychedelic hard rock can cover up all these things. Okay, so if you ever thought of using it, you can go and stream 60s, 70s, and 80s onwards. Okay, so our agenda for today is we have 6 prepared speeches and table topics.
Actually, we have 7, but 2 or 3 are doubtful. So don't promise a number. And secondly,
Okay.
yeah. Secondly, DTM Surprise. When you start the prepared speeches, give some stage time to DTM Surprise.
Sure, Varun.
He will sing a song for us.
No.
Let's talk about the generic segments here. So first we have prepared speeches, and then we have table topics. Yeah, it's a very difficult job. It's a very difficult job. So I have facilitators. Thank you so much. As far as the grammarian is concerned, the perfect pitch person, with bass, Sir Fahim Razak. I like your bass and pitch. Vocal bass. And for timers, DTM Talha, and technical boost, DTM Talha, our counter, Sharo.
Surprise.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Vote counter is the person who loves to multitask, and I have told him that you are careful what you wish for. And so it's again Sir DTM Talha, Word Master TM Fazan. Listener is a very responsible person. I've heard about it. Whether he's coming or not, he always tells. Muqaddal and joke master. Hiba Rais Khan. So I'm really not sure.
Define the word of the day.
Yeah.
And ask, and then you can give the stage to Joke Master.
Okay. Word of the day is consummate. Consummate, complete, basically. Fully skillful. It's the meaning of consummate. So I'm really not sure about the timing, but considering I can get away with everything because it's my first time. So I'm now going to call joke master of the day, and who is Hibarais Khan.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, what do you call two birds in love? What do you call two birds in love?
Mia Bibi.
No,
Lovebirds,
sweethearts.
sweethearts. All right.
What did one or say to the other?
Old what?
What did one or say what to the other? Chappu, जैसे कहते हैं.
Yeah. Row your boat.
How about a little romance?
Oh, all right.
Why shouldn't you trust trees?
They leave. Yes.
They seem shady.
Oh, all right.
What do you call a tiger that drinks lemonade? What do you call a tiger that drinks lemonade?
We lose.
A sarpus.
Oh,
Okay, this one is a bit long. On a Miami to Chicago flight was a lively youngster who nearly drove everyone crazy. He was running up and down the aisle when the flight attendant started serving coffee. He ran smack into her, knocking out the coffee cup out of her hand and onto the floor. As he stood by watching her clean up the mess, she glanced up at the boy and said, "Look, why don't you go and play outside?"
all right.
Okay, over to the Toastmaster of the evening.
Okay, so now we are moving to that big part of our meeting, which is prepared speeches. And the first speaker here is Fahim Raza.
Yeah, but please give, DTM Sarfraz wants to say something.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you said. Please.
So DTM Sarfaz
Haath hoda rakho.
would like to say something.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. DTM Talha will be giving a speech later during the meeting. And at this time, I'm going to give him a topic to speak on. It is my understanding that I can ask him to speak on any topic except politics, religion, and sex, as Toastmaster Imran mentioned. Now, once you take out politics, religion, and sex, what else is left? DTM Talha bin Hamid, your topic is Toastmasters, a secret society.
All right.
Toastmasters, a secret society. We look forward to hearing your speech on that topic.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
So again, we are going for prepared speeches, and now it's time to call Fahim as our person I like is vocal.
Yeah. Rocks are rocks.
And TM Imran Rana is going to evaluate him. So I request TM Imran Rana can describe his pathway, please. TM Imran Rana.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. Debutant Toastmaster today. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, today Toastmaster Fahim Razak will going to deliver his project from Pathways Dynamic Leadership. And he will be delivering the second speech of level 1, that is Introduction to Local Variety and Nodi Language. So here, what would you like me to evaluate on? body language or the vocal variety? Both, since you have already completed your pathways.
Mainly the body language. I might have a little bit of vocal variety.
Okay, so the objective of the speech is to deliver a speech with proper opening body and body proper opening body and conclusion, and I have to evaluate the speaker on the body language part, right? The speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. The speech title is Wear It Right. Wear It Right. Toastmaster playing the Lord, the stage is yours.
So I was in the locality of Badrabad in Karachi and was getting a bit restless. Called to the nature. So I went into a restaurant called Tusa. Just walked in, really had to use it. Went upstairs. And I saw just running, kind of running. The waiter stopped me. Excuse me, sir, how may I help you? I was like, I just need to use your restroom. Sorry, sir, this is only for customers. What a mortifying thing to have. All I had to do was just walk back. It's still under lots of pressure. Now, if you must know how I relieve myself, you may ask me in private later. Well, this wasn't enough for being a mortifying day. Later, as I was driving in a very quiet street, just around the corner, I was stopped by a traffic police officer. Driving my car, here I am. Driving my car, got stopped. Now, first thing I did, look in my wallet if I was some spare change. The traffic officer came around, shook my hands. Okay. Can I see your driving license, please? A slide. Oh, sorry, I haven't got my driving license. Can I see your ID card? There it is, sir. I will need to see the original. The traffic officer replied. I was like, this is all I have, sir. Sorry. Lastly, he asked, okay, now I want to see your car papers. I tried to pretend I knew I didn't have it. Open the dashboard. Try to look for my car papers. Oh man, I'm so sorry, sir, but I forgot at home. At that point, he started punching something in his handheld device. Said, okay, no original ID card, no driving license, and no car papers. Your fine is 3,500 rupees. How would you like to pay? I was like, 3,500 rupees. Sorry, sir, I really don't have this much of money. Okay, how much would you like to pay? That was his next question. I was still thinking, okay, how much shall I say that I would like to pay? In the meantime, he goes, remember, I can clamp your car on these 3 bases. Now it's up to you. Pay the fine quickly, because I really do need to attend another business. Well, all in all, so much to his kindness and so much to my negotiating skills, I still ended up paying more than 1/3 of what he had asked me. Now, those of you are accountants, I'm sure you're working out how much I paid, but you can ask me that later if you want to. Now, as I was, that happened all in a day, okay? Not getting a chance to relieve myself in time and paying so much of the money just for all this stuff. And when I got home, interestingly enough, I switched on the radio. That's why I tend to listen to before going to bed. And well, I don't know, was it a destiny? Was it something that God was looking down at me that I needed help? There was this guy talking about the body language, that how every subtle thing that you do makes a huge difference. For example, he was mentioning, when you walk into a room, don't just have the smile on your face. But as soon as you spot the person that you want to see, have that smile at that point. Just a subtle difference like this makes a huge difference, because that makes that person feel special. And then he was talking about different things. I was like, yeah, I could see where I was going wrong. Now, funny enough, next week, I found myself in the same neighborhood as in Badrabad. and I was in Tucson. Oh, I forgot my. I was in Tucson. I was in the neighborhood, and then again I had this pressure. So what I'm going to do? Tucson there. I walked in. I had my sunglasses on at that time. So I just walked in like this. Just straight. So guy said, hello, and I went straight down. I was still shivering, but I acted as if I own this place. Went into the restroom, did my business, came out again like this, with my neck held high, as if I'm a Genghis Khan just invaded the city. Right? That's how I came out. Went to the bar. Lovely thing. Right? I felt so happy and so relieved that what I had achieved. Now, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow members and guests, when I first heard that over 90% of our communication is based on the body language and vocal variety. At that time, that was several years ago, at that time I thought this was the biggest lie on the face of the earth. Because up until that time, all I had done in way of communication is I need yeah. And I was like, this doesn't make sense. What? I don't need to say anything, and yet I want people to understand me. Well, that's what it is. Every single subtle thing makes a huge difference. But that's half the story. When you're communicating with someone, what I found is you have to be nimble enough as well to change your style, to change your body language based on their reaction. For example, the other day, I usually go on a jog. Well, my body tells otherwise. I do this jogging on almost every 2-3 days. And there's this guy that I know. And all I do, every time I jog, I say, hello, Mushita. And he's doing his exercise. He says, hello, Fahim. And that happens on a daily basis. But yesterday, just because all this happens after this body language, I stopped in my track. He was doing his exercise. I said, hello, Mushita. And he was just about to say, hello, Fahim. But then when he looked that I was just standing still rather than still running, he stopped in his tracks as well. And he got up in his 2 feet. Hey, Fahim, how are you doing? We ended up having a little exchange there. So this is what I mean. Have these subtle differences, say it, and ladies and gentlemen, next time when you want to communicate, try and wear it right. With that, over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Fahim Razak. If you could have focus on running, you could be more lean. So, the next prepared speech is Salman Hijaz. Salman Hijaz.
No, he's not here yet. You'll need to move to DTM Sarfraz Nazir.
So we are moving to DTM Sarfraz Nazir. And TM Fahim Razak is going to elevate him, and please you have to come again.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Well, what a pleasure we have today. Okay, we are privileged to have DTM Sir Sarfraz tell us about himself, because that's what his project is, an icebreaker. So the purpose of his speech is for him to introduce himself to the club. The time duration, timer please note, is 4 to 6 minutes. And the title of his speech is, oh my God. Can I just quickly bring it, sir? And the title of his speech is Life Well Lived. Life Well Lived, DTM Sir Sarfraz.
Imagine that you're lying on your deathbed. What movie will flash before your eyes? provided you can remember any movie at that time. My movie starts as a black and white work of art. When I was about 2 years old, living in Punjab, I was bitten by a poisonous snake, but I survived. Why? The person who treated me said the boy survived because the snake had just eaten something before biting him. I survived, but I don't know if the snake survived or not. When I was in the first class, I became a victim of typhoid. I got it by drinking from the school's infected water fountain. I spent several months in the hospital. I survived. Why? So that today I could stand before you and tell you about it. When I was in the third class, I found an inexpensive ballpoint pen. The outside plastic casing was broken. I was holding the inside metal piece. I looked at the metal piece, then I looked at the electric power plug on the wall, and I wondered, what would happen if I inserted this into the socket? I inserted it into the first hole, nothing happened. I inserted it into the second hole, again, nothing happened. When I inserted it into the third hole, I went flying against the wall. 220 volts of charge ran through my body. But I survived. I had to survive. Because what would my parents say when people asked, how did your boy die? Well, he was stupid enough to insert an object into the electric outlet. I survived these episodes because I was about to ride the roller coaster of my life. My life has been full of ups and downs. I remember for my very first paid job in Chicago, for $1.60, I had to scrub the dirty stairs, step by step. I also remember for $2 an hour, I walked 7 miles, or about 11 kilomiles, from the factory to my apartment. Then, during the COVID-19 pandemic, many Americans suffered. The United States government had to provide money to millions to help them. I did not get a penny. Instead of getting angry, I felt like dancing. Why? Because I realized how blessed I am that I don't need a handout from the government. Yes, I've seen the ups and downs of my life. So the question is, what do I dream of now? Fellow Toastmasters, when my time comes, I want this movie, my movie, to flash before my eyes. This movie is not black and white anymore. It is a technical masterpiece. At that final moment, I want to be able to say, I have no regrets for having been born, and I have no regrets for having died, for I have lived my life to the fullest. This is my movie. This is my story. This is my dream. Fellow Toastmasters, what is your movie? What is your story? What is your dream? Mr. Toastmaster,
Sorry, yeah, Toastmaster, sorry, we were muted. So, okay. So, Toastmaster Atif Sattar, it's your turn to speak, and your evaluator will be Toastmaster Mufaddal. He's explaining your project.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day. My target speaker, TM Atif Sattar, will be delivering his speech from, I don't know the pathway, but it's writing a speech with purpose. The duration of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. The title of the speech is Brain versus Machine. Brain versus Machine. TM Atif Sattar, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Jamal?
Yes, reception is a bit, signal is a bit spotty, but yes, we can see you.
Yeah, just hold on. I am arranging.
I think now
it's just.
I think,
Yeah, just hold on. Just hold on. I am arranging another place. Just hold on.
All right, all right.
I believe it's now fine.
Yes, much better, much
Yeah,
better.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I believe everyone know my name is Atif Sattar, and my word is line is may all men are born with a golden spoon. Well, good evening, Toastmasters fellows. Today the purpose of my speech is brain versus machine. It is a classic battle of power versus brain, but with a modern twist. So let's dive in and we see who comes out on the top. Now I know what you are thinking in your brain, but I know a machine don't have a brain. That may be true, but they do have a process which are likely the nearly cousins of the brain. And let me tell you, those nerds are getting smarter every day. But contrary humans still have a plenty of tricks up their sleeves. One thing we have as human, we have a creativity. A machine may be able to churn out the reams of data, but can they write a sonnet? No. Can they paint a masterpiece? I don't think so. Is obviously no. And if we talk about the, emotional intelligence, machines may be able to recognize our face, but can they need a person more? No. Can they empathize with someone pain or joy? Is obviously no. I don't think so. They need a person more than anything. So, but we should, as a human, we should be fair with the machines. The machines are pretty much impressive too. They can process massive amount of data, but massive amount of data in the blink of an eye. They can recognize patterns that human would miss sometime. I believe they can even beat us at a chess and Jeopardy games. And let's face it, nobody like losing to a machine. It's like losing to a toaster. But here the thing, machines are only as good as their algorithms, but they can't think outside the scope. Which we are, as a human, we can always think outside the box and everything. Try to solve the machine. I don't think so. They can do this, and they can make nature lives. They can take risks, and sometimes I believe that's what it takes to solve a really tough problem. So what does the future hold? In my opinion, I think we will see a lot more collaboration between humans and machine. Machine will do the heavy lifting when it's come to data and analytics. So while human will provide the creativity spark and the projects and other things and emotional insight. It's like the old couple, but with better technology. Uh, as a conclusion in my speech, brain versus machine is not a zero-sum game. It's not about one side winning and other side losing. It's about finding the right balance each other's strength to achieve the best possible outcomes from all of them. And if we can do that, who knows what we will be able to accomplish. Maybe we will even be able to build a machine that can tell a decent joke. Machine will drop on the information and perspectives presented to them. It is important to consider the potential benefit and drawbacks of machines and to think about how they can be used in a way that is responsible, ethical, and sustainable. This stage over to you, Toastmaster.
Okay, so, sir,
Yeah.
can we have other speaker, prepared speaker?
Yeah, what will happen is that, now there's absolutely no alternative, but for me
I
to
want to
go
add something.
for,
I
yeah,
want to add something.
Yeah.
I want to request you to come here
yeah,
and give the insight on the classic rock band, the theme of the day, and people are disguised by your chartered
Actually-
accountant
yeah,
So-
but I already have a speech, so.
on this topic.
No, not on this topic. The topic just DTM Surprise gave me, right?
Oh,
So,
so
but
you-
perhaps I'll have to conduct the table topics and then maybe,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to move from here to table topics now.
yeah, no, my speech and DTM Surprise. Yeah.
So the last speech for the day, DTM Talab bin Hamid and DTM Sarfraz is going to evaluate him. So, sir, please. Can you come?
He's online, so yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. And DTM Talha bin Hamid, I will not be evaluating you. I will be evaluating your speech. You had mentioned that you wanted to give us semi impromptu speech. I gave you the topic at the start of the meeting, and now you expected to give a speech on that topic. And the topic I gave you was Toastmasters, a secret society.
Yeah.
You are giving level 1 speech, evaluation and feedback, the first speech in evaluation feedback. The purpose of this speech is for DTM Talha to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. And do you have another title, or I can just use the same title as the topic I gave you?
So you can use the same title.
Okay. Distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. Toastmasters, a secret society. Toastmasters, a secret society. Distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid.
Thank you so much. It was last week, about 3 a.m. Something went bump in the night. For a change, I was sleeping. But I woke up with a start. And I looked around. Yippee! My spouse was missing. Oh, I mean, my spouse was missing. I heard the main gate open and shut softly, and the car start in the dead of the night. Societal norms dictate that it was my obligation to follow my spouse wherever she was going. And so I had to. I started the car and started following her. But then the car stopped. And I stopped at a distance. I saw something like a flying saucer descend. And my spouse was sucked into it. And then the saucer went away. But it was visible. It was actually a drone. And it was flying, flying, flying. I followed it on the ground. Thanks to the fact that there was no traffic, it was easy enough. And then I saw the beach, sea view. The drone went right over it and towards the open sea. Now what to do? I saw a strange sight. There was a fisherman at that point in time who was trying to catch some fish, and he had a motorized boat. So I begged him that I need to follow that drone. And he said, all right, but you will have to pay. And I said, yes, societal norms dictate that I have to bear any cost because I have to make sure that my spouse is safe. He said, all right. And then the travel began. Then we saw the drone descend on an island, a small island. It was pitch dark. I asked the fisherman to move the boat on the other side, and I got off. The drone descended straight into a hole in the ground. I came to that hole, and I saw there were stairs descending down into the abyss, and there were lamps lining the walls on both sides. I descended the stairs for about 5 minutes, and then I chanced upon a huge, well-lit hall, an underground cave that was decorated with every sort of light. And on it, at the gate, there was a banner, and it read, "Not sanctioned by Toastmasters International." No club number, no area, no division. And the club's name was the Spouses Toastmaster. I sneaked in and took a seat in the corner. It was mostly filled with ladies, but there were a few men too. Toastmaster of the day opened the meeting, and she said that, welcome all victims. Today, we are gathered here to berate our spouses who are Toastmasters. That is our one purpose in life. And that is what this whole 6-hour meeting will be about. Then she went on to introduce the segments. There were a few keynotes. The first keynote was how I married the wrong person. And in that, the lady said that she had proposals from everywhere. The UK, the US, Saudi, Australia. But her mother didn't want to go, the mother didn't want to send her away. So she picked the sole Pakistani proposal. And he turned out to be a Toastmaster. After this keynote, there was a prepared speech, a 5 to 7 minute speech, researching and presenting. And the topic was the household chores missed by Toastmasters. And it was a whole list, including grocery, including washing, including laundry, which Toastmasters escaped, thanks to being in a Toastmasters club. And finally, the most painful segment, table topics. And you know what the table topics master said? She said that I'll call each and every one of you. I'll hold up a picture of your husband And the picture will be pasted on the wall. And you'll be given 50 darts. While you're throwing darts, you will speak about how your husband sucks. And you'll stop when the darts are finished. And the person with the longest speech and the most darts wins. Ladies and gentlemen, I could take no more. I sneaked out of the hall, ascended the stairs, and went to the boat, the fisherman, asked him to take me back. I got home at about 5 o'clock. And my maths told me that the meeting would last at least till 10 a.m. So that's where my wife goes every Saturday. She tells me her college is open. What college is open on Saturdays? This is the college that is open on Saturdays. And then I started to think that away from our houses, away from our spouses, we have the time of our lives. If that's not the definition of a secret society, I don't know what is. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Consummate speech by GTM Talha. So now we are moving to table topics and conduct table topics. I would like to call GTM Talha and evaluated for table topic is Majid Akhtar.
Who's not here? So we need a volunteer for that as well.
Who is going to moderate?
Sachu, DTM Sir. Oh, yes.
GTM Sir is going to evaluate table topics.
All right. So for guests, please know that we allocate roles equitably. We have a limit, 2 roles per person. But today we have a record 6 absentees. So apologies, you'll have to bear with me for the table topic session. And today our theme is, what is our theme?
Classic rock.
No, what is
Anthemic classic rock.
no,
Dark moon.
the dark side of the moon? Yes. So all through the ages, especially when it was invented in the 50s, rock and roll or rock has been termed as something of a dark side of music. And as Toastmaster Nofil in his start very aptly demonstrated, that the level of darkness and aggression has been increasing through the decades. So much so that people used to call the Beatles and Beach Boys as the work of the devil. They had no clue what was in store. So, Dark Side of the Moon is actually an era-defining epic album by Pink Floyd. It was released in 1973, and many of you would not know it, but behind Michael Jackson's Thriller and the greatest hits by the Eagles and a few other albums like ABBA's greatest hits, and it is one of the best-selling albums of all time. It is selling to this day. Okay, now it's not selling because of streaming services, it's being streamed, and it was the perfect psychedelic experience as Toastmaster Nofil recommended. People have even played it alongside The Wizard of Oz, another psychedelic benchmark, and they say that the two match up together. And yes, much of the music in that era, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, was fueled by drugs. But then what isn't? All right. So today, our first table topic speaker, what I'll be doing is I'll be taking some famous lines from some famous rock bands, and I'll be asking people to speak about those lines. And our first speaker will be Toastmaster Imran Ram. All right. The era is the late 60s.
I wasn't born.
The band is the Beatles. The album is perhaps the best album of all time, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And the song is, I'll get by with a little help from my friends.
I'll get by with a
Little help from my friends.
fellow Toastmasters and guest. I've started Toastmasters since 2015. And you won't believe I'm not a DTM. You know the reason why? The reason is whenever I try to deliver the speech, some fear created inside me, and that stops me delivering the speech. What happened? My friends, they supported me bit by bit, although they supported me quite well, but I I usually not take their advices. I stick to my fear that what will happen if I forgot the speech? What will happen if I stumble? What will happen if I use incorrect grammar? So I realized that this platform is okay. I did not realize that I always said to other people and forgot myself that this platform is allowed to do mistakes. And when it comes to my turn, I forget that statement. But my friends are supporting me, and hopefully I'll be there by that time. So over to you, Toastmaster.
I forgot to remind everyone that word of the day is consummate. So now remember, word of the day is consummate. We have Toastmaster Mohammad Asghar online. Toastmaster Asghar. Are you ready? Yes, you are. All right. Toastmaster Asghar, since our theme is about rock music from the classic era, what we are doing is we are giving lines of some famous songs to speakers, and the speakers are asked to talk about them. All right? Yeah. So the year is 1972, or yeah. The band is Pink Floyd, and the song is How I Wish You Were Here. We just two lost souls living in a fishbowl, year after year, going along the same old lines. What have we found? Same old fears. Wish you were here. Wish you were here.
Asghar sahab बोल रहे, thank you so much. Over to you,
Thank you very much, Table Topic Masters. I swear to God that I have never heard these lines in my life. What I heard about band, about the thing, the Stones. The band is entirely in different context, and I learned the word wish somewhere in my high school. After that, I have no knowledge about rock band. To me, a rock is a stone, and band is a sort of material which we usually bind our hand. But I'm here to respond because I determined that I want to prove that I'm more confident to speak in front of people than DTM Thala. I started my Toastmaster I think in 2018, but I'm still not a DTM. Do you know why?
DTM Thala?
No, because DTM Imran Rana's bad intention and malified intentions, and he wanted me to be a DTM. I would have been a DTM because he himself is not a DTM. He somehow is not allowing me to be a DTM. once I will be on the verge of DTM. I will try to find out certain lines from some famous songs, and I promise to recite them more confidently than what I have just DTM Talab and Ahmed done right now, few minutes ago. And I will tell him that day that look, DTM Tala, now you are a DTM before me, but I'm a topic master.
All right. Thank you so much, Professor Asghar. Thank you for not taking my name as the sole reason of you not being a DTM today. So now we will invite someone from here. All right. Toastmaster Daniel Tariq. All right. Toastmaster Daniel Tariq. You know how it's going, right? I just say some lines and you speak about them. Knowledge of the song or the band is not necessary, right? So, all right. The year is 1978, the year of my birth. 1978? Yes. Yeah, the year of my birth. And the song is Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. And the line is, nothing really matters. Nothing really matters to me.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Daniel, and I will be conducting the speech about these lyrics. Nothing more matters to me. But actually, coming to the Toastmasters matters to me. I think basically the first instinct when I came to the Toastmasters was basically facing my fears. And I think if I keep coming on to the next sessions and keep looking at you physically, so I will be able to raise my confidence level on to the next level. So basically, it's much, actually, there's a thing about public speaking that if you see it as an atheistic way of affair, it must be on the #1 list because people actually fear public speaking more than death. So, yeah, but I only fear Allah, so that's
wow.
Yeah, nothing more matters to me. I think nothing more matters to me is when you basically stop chasing all the world desires, and you can one day you realize that nothing more matters to you than your own wishes. I think basically we need to be considering what we want in our life, and we should be designing the way we want to live instead of just chasing as basically we are trying to basically look the way the perception we are trying to create in other people's life is not going to satisfy us in the later life. So I think it's better if we live our life in this like this song, nothing more matters to me. I think we're gonna be okay. So I think if you want to create peace within yourself, you have to accept on how the way you operate with people and how you can become a better version of yourself. It's okay to criticize yourself. It's not criticizing if you're reviewing yourself every week. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Word of the day is consummate. All right. We have a guest online. Guest Hamna Tahir. Guest Hamna, are you up for a table topic? Guest Hamna, are you there?
Hamna, you can do it.
It's very easy. There's nothing to it. All right. I think Toastmaster Rabia has indicated her presence. Toastmaster Rabia.
Hamna is a friend, so that is why I was encouraging her to join.
So yeah, she has joined, but she's perhaps reluctant in doing table topics. So why not you support your friend by doing it?
I spoke at the wrong time. Sure,
Yeah.
go ahead.
All right. So Toastmaster Rabia, can you turn on your video?
No, not right. Not. And I cannot. Sorry.
All right, fine. No worries, no worries. All right. The year is 1987. The
Mhm.
album is The Joshua Tree. And the band is U2. And the song is With or Without You. With or without you. I can't live with or without you. Word of the day is consummate. Toastmaster Rabia Zishan.
Okay. So if I heard you correctly, it was with or without you. And what did you say after that?
I can't live with or without you.
I can't live without you.
With or without you.
With or without you. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And you will be the timer. Karachi Toastmasters screen will be
Yes.
the timer.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, with or without you, I cannot live. That's an interesting song and an interesting topic. And I'm totally caught off guard right now.
Timing doesn't.
Dropped out.
So sorry, so sorry.
No worries. No worries. Get
Yes.
Yeah.
So, with or without you, I cannot live right now. I don't think I can live by talking. I have a severe throat infection and a very bad cough, and that is why I couldn't join today in person. And I'm not in my right frame of mind to. But with or without you, I can't live. I think if I had to say this sentence or this song to anyone, I would definitely say it to my husband. He is being the most irritating person, which without whom I cannot live. And those of you who have met may have some idea. So he's constantly like that at home. It's not only just for the picnics or the parties. So it really does get too much irritating sometimes that it's time to get serious on some issues, but I don't think he can do it. So yes, sometimes it gets really hard. And if ever I have to sing a song like that, I think it would be for him only, with or without you, because it's hard to live with him and it's totally impossible to live without him. Back to you, table topics master.
That was absolutely beautiful,
Yeah.
Toastmaster Rabia. And you're not alone in thinking like that about your spouse. So in a way, Karachi is like that spouse. We can't live. I mean,
Yeah.
who is really healthy here? No one. Karachi doesn't let you remain healthy. And yet you're never completely sick enough to take an off from office. So yeah, with or without you. Next, we have, all right, a guest from here. Okay, Mr. Imran. Come on the stage. 50 seconds. All right. Our new father, please come on the stage. Yes. All right. So your topic is, the song is, okay, the year is 1987. The band is Metallica. The album and the song is Master of Puppets. And the line is, okay, heaven help me. Master of puppets, I'm pulling your strings, twisting your mind and smashing your dreams. Master of puppets. Yeah, exactly. Well, heaven help the speaker now.
Time.
Yeah, Master of puppets. Yes.
Well, good evening to all of you. And in the city of in this city, all over we have a master of puppets in every field, in every department, which you should say that recently I am sharing a little bit experience day from past week, and it was a SBCA, then Building Control Authority. There is a visit there. I have visited there, and in that organization, in that what should I say, in that department, all window have master puppets in the rooms, and everyone is just having a box, and they all are they all are collecting the money in unethical money. So in Karachi, everywhere we have master of puppets. Thank you.
Great. Okay. Thankfully, this is the last one. And who would like to volunteer from people in person? All right. If you're not volunteering, Mr. Imran, are you in the mood? You, all right. All right. So why don't we ask Toastmaster Mufat? All right. The year is 1987. The band is White Snake. And the song is Here I Go Again on My Own. Yes. There you are. Word of the day is consummate.
Thank you very much, Table Topic Master. And can you just repeat the song again?
Here I go again on my own.
Yes. So life is all about living on your own. Whenever you think that you can rely on something, it gives you a big surprise. Sometimes you keep high hopes from a friend, and when you call for the actual help from that friend, he doesn't answer. Yeah, it can be she as well. Yes, I guess you had hard times. So similarly, it comes to organizations as well. Sometimes we are expecting promotions, we don't get it. Sometimes we are expecting incentives, we don't get it. And at our house, we are expecting our relationship, our spouse to act in certain manner, our children to act in certain manner, but they don't. As everybody is in their own state of mind, everybody is living in their own. So rather than expecting, we should hope for the best, but at the same time, we should be preparing ourselves for the worst, and we should be living all on our own rather than expecting something else from others. So that's all from my side. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
All right. Thank you so much. So this brings the table topic session to an end. And I observed that nobody used the word of the day and everybody was on time. So when I float the polls, please vote for your. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. So, and I realized I forgot to float the poll for best speaker. So I'll do that as well. But thank you, DTM Sachwe. And with that, I hand over the charge back to Toastmaster of the day.
Okay, so as a millennial, that's an insightful session for me. And so the next session for general evaluation. And for general evaluation, we have Hiba Rais Khan.
Isn't the Toastmaster of the day going to call for the votes?
Votes have been called. I'm calling for the votes of best speaker. So I'm floating the poll. Meanwhile, you can continue.
Okay. Hello, Toastmasters and guests. General evaluation is an integral part of Toastmasters. GE is the third portion of any Toastmaster session. And the general evaluation is divided into three parts. The first part is going to be the prepared speech evaluation, and I'll be calling the prepared speech evaluators. So the first speech was by TM Fahim Razak. I call upon his evaluator, TM Imran Rana, to give the evaluation.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, today Toastmaster Fahim Razak delivered a speech from the Pathways Dynamic Leadership, where it right. What a wonderful and amazing speech you delivered, Toastmaster Fahim Razak. You started with a situation which anyone can easily relate to. And you were disappointed, but you were not successful because you didn't wear it right? You kept it. Okay, I'll just briefly go with the content because my main focus is about your body language. Your content, your content was quite amazing, and you kept us captivated with your personal stories. And the icing on the cake was the conclusion, where you brought your speech title and you were successful what you wanted to achieve, because at that time you wore it right and you perfectly explained the meanings what you of the speech title and what and the purpose of your speech what you wanted to explain. Now the body language part. Number of times I observed when you started casually, so you need to work on that. Today you started with the filler word, so come on, you're killing your speech. So don't do that. Throughout your speech, I observed that your body language was quite aligned with your speech while you were driving and while you were using the stage and while you were calculating. At one point, you step forward, and when you're going back and you showed us back. And I suggest you not to do that, because this that gesture totally cut us off from your speech. Maybe you could have done that, means like this way. If you are talking to the policeman, when you're going back, you can go this way. So that there is no need to show your back, because twice you did that. You did that. I observed that you have a frequency of moving to and fro during your speech. You don't stand on one place. So you need to work upon that. You need to stand composed, calm during your speech. Only move when you wanted to move, or when the speech content required you to move, right? So what I mean that if you deliver the whole speech in a same composed position, it will become bored. So you need to change, you need to use the stage as well, so that it create a good impact. So only those areas you need to work upon. Your content was amazing, captivating. The best part was the humor was the humor was a major part. Overall, the speech was well delivered. Congratulations on completing this project.
Moving on, I move on to the next speaker, DTM Sarfaraz Nazir. I call upon his evaluator, TM Fahim Razak. to give the valuation.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, and good evening, ladies and gents. What is your name? Sorry, what is your movie? What is your story? What is your dream? When these thought-provoking questions are asked at the conclusion, you know who is speaking. And obviously that's DTM Sarfraz. And link that with the opening. And the opening was from him, from DTM Sarfraz. Imagine you're lying on your deathbed. Which movie would you want to be played in front of you? And obviously this was in relation to the title Life Well Lived by DTM Sarfraz. That was his conclusion, and that was his opening, a strong opening, a strong conclusion that you can only expect from DTM Sarfraz. So very well done, sir, on that. Throughout his speech, he had a really relevant body language. For example, when he mentioned that he put the metal into the one hole in the socket, nothing happened. He went quiet, let the audience be captivated, immersed in. Again, he mentioned, put in another hole, nothing happened. Again, meaningful pause. Third time, he put it, he went fly. Again, the body language was there right from the start, a very skillful body language there. And not only that, he had the vocal variety to go with that. I went flying like this. So we knew what was happening. Meaningful pauses, vocal variety, body language, he had it all. And look at this. It was his icebreaker speech. He did start, okay, I did this, then I grew up here, then I went here, then I went here. He told all that in a story, okay? What can I suggest on the improvement? Not much to a speaker like this. I know he is constrained by the space that he has got on the stage there. Well, Ravi Shan tell us. So I can't say that he could have more movement on the stage because we know he is constrained. And we have seen him when he performs live, how much he moves, even on a keynote speech. So that's not an area. Perhaps on an icebreaker speech, sir, we would have liked to know more about like your upbringing a little bit more. Perhaps maybe your siblings could have come in there, especially on the snake kind of story. You could have mentioned, I don't know, maybe your brothers, your sisters, and stuff like that. When you moved to America, that is a big thing in your life, I guess, completely changed your life. So when it happened, at what age? And you did tell us what happened actually after you landed into America, that you had to go through some hard lives there, the jobs and all. But in terms of like when it actually happened, but all in all, a great speech as always, full of content, full of stuff in there, and we look forward to it next time again. And with that, over to you, Janet.
Moving on, I call upon the next speaker's evaluator, TM Atif Sattar, who was evaluated by TM Mufaddal Murtaza. So TM Mufaddal Murtaza, please could we have your evaluation? With hardly any technical glitches.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. So my target speaker was TM Atif Sattar, and the topic was brain versus machine. I really liked your title. The way you started your speech was really captivating, where you jumped onto the benefits of brain. What are the benefits of brain? What humans can do and what machines cannot do. You talked about emotions. You said that machines cannot feel emotions, but humans can do. You talked about that humans can do a painting, a masterpiece, but machines cannot do. You talked about that humans can think out of the box, and same time humans can feel the pain, but the machines cannot. Then on the other hand, you moved on to the benefits of the machine, that okay, there are benefits of brain, but you cannot avoid machines. You have their benefits. You have You need them in order to do your routine task. And you talked about certain benefits that what machines can do. You talked about that machines can do heavy calculations. Machines are really good in AI, and there are lots of things which human cannot do, but machines can. So there was a balance between your conversation that you talked about the benefits of the human, you talked about the benefits of machine, and then you concluded both of them that you have to be, you cannot be one-sided, and you cannot depend all in all on one side. I really like your hand movements. You were constantly moving your hands meaningfully, and you were giving meaningful pauses as well in your speech. You were really smooth and calm throughout your speech. And at every moment, we were with you in your speech. Your facial expressions were really nice. Some areas of improvement which I would like to highlight is that you were standing still on one position. You had your camera position was such that you could have moved here left and right. Maybe you would have added some conversation between machines and humans that would have added more impact to your speech. You would have added some vocal varieties as well. Like if, for instance, if you would have added some conversation, that would added a humor to your speech as well. All in all, it was a great speech. You talked about benefits of brains, benefit of machines. Then you concluded them. You had great hand gestures. The body movement was really nice, and you were really smooth and calm. Just some areas of improvement that if you would have did some stage movements, and you would have added some vocal variety to your speech, it would have added more impact to your speech. That's all from my side. Over to you, Nilin.
Now for the last speaker, DTM Talha bin Hamid. I call upon his evaluator, DTM Sarfaraz Nazir, to give his evaluation. Side of the book.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Fellow Toastmasters, and especially you, distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. I admire your courage to take a topic given to you at the start of the meeting and a few minutes later stand before the audience and deliver a speech. Well done. Let me tell you what I loved about your speech, and then I'll give you some suggestions on how to improve this speech in the future. I love the fact that you delivered your speech in the form of a story. Waking up at 3 in the morning, going on to drones, fishermen, small island, and then into the cave. I also liked your imagery, the words that you selected to paint a picture so that we could really be with you at that spot where you were bringing your story to. For example, small island. It was pitch dark, decorated cave. I also liked your gestures and movement. You did move around on the speaking platform. You had your trademark gesture, the steeplechase, to show that you were confident, even though you were delivering somewhat of an impromptu speech. When you mentioned hold the cave, your hands were going left to right, so you did enforce the words you were speaking with your gestures and your vocal variety. When you mentioned yippee, and of course, your humor. I heard people laughing throughout your speech, especially when you brought in the spouses giving their keynotes and speeches. Well done. How can you improve your speech? Now, at one time you wanted to talk about the wall. People or spouses throwing darts, and you walk towards the wall. When you did that, you got off the speaking area. Now, people in the room were able to see you, but for those of us who were online, we were unable to see that. You also mentioned darts. I would have loved to see you bring darts and a dartboard and have the dartboard on the wall and throw the darts at it when you were telling us, the spouse giving a speech. Hey, my husband is a Toastmaster. Here's the dart. My husband uses too many ahs and ums in his speeches. Another dart. My husband joined Toastmasters in 2015 and he is still not a DTM. Another dart. Great speech, story, the gestures, body movement. You bring a prop next time. Thank you for a job well done. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, sir.
Now for the second part of the session, that is the table topic evaluation. I call the table topic evaluator DTM Saad Shoaib.
I would request everyone to vote for the best prepared speech evaluator. And all qualified. Yeah, all qualified. The poll is being floated right now.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmaster and guest. First, an honest confession. It's actually my first in-person meeting after months. So
Yeah, we know.
so I'll be a bit wary, but what an amazing table topic session it was by DTM Tala, and in addition to the table topic, we also got to know his one of his many talent, which is he can sing. Wow, he can rap, vocal, and also he can sing. Yes. Well, let's not talk.
No, most of the time
Talk about
the evaluators
about the vocal variety.
pointing out.
Okay, so the first speaker was Toastmaster Imran Rana, and he was caught off guard, but again he spoke very well on the topic. He made himself the center of all of his jokes and made us laugh, which was typical Toastmaster Imran Rana. And one thing you can work on is maybe move a bit less and purposefully you were constantly moving left and right like a pendulum. So maybe when you can work on that, you can faster become a DTN. So yeah. Okay, so the next speaker was Toastmaster Asghar. He completely ignored the topic. He completely ignored the vocals and he went on the onslaught of a 2-minute roast on DTM Tala and Toastmaster Imran Rana and made us laugh our lungs out. So yeah, that's about my feedback of him. The next speaker was Toastmaster Daniel. Wonderful vocals. The way you came up and uttered your first word. It's actually the first time I'm listening to you, and with the first word right till the end, each word was purposeful. You meant every word you said. Your eye contact was moving all across the room. Your speech had that humor element and it was a perfect table topic speech, almost as as if the topic was leaked to you earlier. But just some areas you can work upon. Throughout your hand were like this. Maybe just walk around, play with them, use your gesture according to the content. Yes, that's one suggestion. The next one was Toastmaster Rabia Zishan. Yes, she said she wasn't in the right frame of mind, but she instantly caught her mojo and delivered a very impactful table topic speech, which yes matched the song. So that's a take for the table topic master that one of the speakers was able to talk on the topic. So the one thing I can suggest is maybe turn your camera on next time. The next speaker was Toastmaster Shahrukh. When you walked up, you did one thing which is very unique. You came up and you took that 5 to 10 seconds to think about the topic. You got your thoughts. You actually formulated what you want to say, and then when you had those, you give an impactful table topic speech, which was well done. Maybe just one feedback would be to keep on speaking more, because you finished at around about 1 minute and 28 seconds. So you had 40 seconds more to express your thoughts. So that's for the next time. The last one was Toastmaster Mufaddal Murtaza. Your speech had humor. Your speech had gestures. Maybe just move around purposefully and don't follow Toastmaster Imran Rana, or else you'll not be a DTM soon. So with that, it's back to you, general evaluated Toastmaster Hiba Rights.
You know what he is in endowment.
The third and the last part of the general evaluation will be the facilitators' reports. So the first one is by the grammarian, TM Fahim Razak.
You know what? I've been counting hours as well. So yeah, people have been counting hours. Oh dear. What do we do now?
All right. Come on the stage, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Usos. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. I have to confess that there's been a miscommunication, probably on my part mostly. I thought I was doing the R counter, and TM Shahrukh was going to do grammarian. But it turned out we both were doing R counter. In terms of grammarian, I do recall some really interesting phrases, mainly by, as always, DTM Tala, when he mentioned he descended into the cave where the meeting was happening, the kind of, was it a capsule or some sort of what was crockery or something that he mentioned, that I can recall. What other, well, I think, why don't we say this? Everybody used perfect grammar today. There, there really is nothing to report.
You're using the communication style.
Yeah.
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. In the end, it doesn't even matter. With that, over to you, General.
Moving on, now can we have the report from the timer DTM Talha bin Hamid?
Yes, timing is so good today that I can speak on it for an hour because we had only 4 speeches. 3 of our speakers couldn't make it. But the meeting started at 6:45, 15 minutes late. But all the role players, facilitators, speakers, and evaluators were well within time. I also note that no time was wasted in transitions by anyone except the table topics master. So it's a good good discipline overall, and we are right on time. So
Very short.
over to you.
Okay, are we done with the accountants report?
No.
By TM Fahim Razak?
We have 2 of them.
Okay, so TM Shahrukh, okay. So TM Shahrukh, can we have the accountants report?
Well, again, good evening to all of you. And we have consummate figures today. All we have here, those who are sitting with us, all are consummate figures. And it's very difficult to find out the counters. And we have Fahim Razak, outstanding. There is no in your speech. And DTM Sarfaraz, again, no And we have Atif Sattar. He has 12 in his speech. And DTM Talha, again, a consummate figure, no DTM Imran Rana, he has only 2 in his speech. And TM Daniel, he has 6 in his table topic. And last but not least, Nofal. Till now, he has used 15 Thanks so much.
Okay, so the word master is TM Fahim, sorry, TM Faizan. Could we have the report?
No, he couldn't attend the meeting today, but I think consummate was used just by a few speakers, and
Toastmaster of the day.
Toastmaster of the day used consummate, and our counter used consummate. I believe 1 or 2 other speakers used consummate, and that's the word master.
Okay. So last of all, the listener, TM Mufaddal Murtaza, can we have your report? Could we have your?
Okay, so I have a small request for all of you, just to check your listening skills. Starting with the timeline of the rock songs which TM Nofal had mentioned. The timeline from which year, from how many decades?
50, 60, 70, 80s.
No. 60s.
60s, 70s,
and 80s. Yeah, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Okay.
He
Can
mentioned
anyone name some of the bands he had mentioned from 80s?
Beat,
No.
Last one.
Queens,
Queens, 70s.
Scorpions and
Scorpions,
Poison,
Guns and Roses.
Okay, so how much was the original fine which was done to TM Fahim?
3,000.
No,
1/3.
3,500.
3,500.
Yeah.
He paid 1/3, but the original fine was done. Okay, how did DTM Sarfaraz catch typhoid in his school?
By drinking water in the school.
Yeah, by drinking the infected water from this school. Yeah. Okay. What was the name of the secret club which DTM Talha had mentioned?
Something spouse.
You have to name the company. You are close. You are close. Spouses Toastmasters.
Spouses.
Okay, there was a statement in TM Imran's table topic. He mentioned a statement that he doesn't follow, but every other person he insists.
Yeah.
What was that
Make
statement?
confidence to make mistakes.
Something related to that, but the statement was not this.
I just made a mistake.
But that's okay, as there is a place where we all make mistakes. This was the statement, actually.
All right.
Okay, so what was the year of birth of DTM Talha, which we had?
1978.
Oh, nice, very nice. And the table topic, which was mentioned in that. Now?
Yeah.
Oh.
With or without you?
No.
Nothing matters to me.
Mm.
That's all from my side. Over.
Everyone,
Okay.
please vote for best facilitator.
हमने राइस तुम भी ले सकती हो
Okay.
अदनान को थोड़े
Overall,
देना,
it
सारे
has
नहीं।
been a good session
प्लेट में
with
निकाल के देना,
hardly any
थोड़े-
technical glitches or any other
तुम
problems.
भी ले लो बेटा
Everything was perfectly organized and arranged by the EXCOM. Two things we can improve upon is firstly to start on time, and secondly to encourage more members to attend sessions regularly. That includes me as well. So that's about it for my report. Over to the Toastmaster of the evening.
Speak about the theme.
Conclude the-
Conclude, yeah.
When DTM Tala added me in KTC WhatsApp group and told me to introduce myself and I write, music is not my cup of tea because I don't remember the lyrics. And finally, I have concluded the meeting by having theme rock bands and music. Here's the conclusion and the law. The president remarks and guest comments. So first, I think we should take guest comment. And
No, you conclude the meeting, hand over to the ask for votes and hand over to the president, and then she does all that that you just mentioned.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I already concluded and and so I hand over the meeting to the president and please vote for the segments.
Best big four.
And
Best big four.
and best big four. So over to you, president.
Great. Yeah.
Okay. Guests from comments. I mean, sorry, comments from guests are welcome. So, Ms. Hamna Tahir, can we have something from your side?
Oh, details.
Hey guys,
All right, sorry. Yes, Hamna, please go ahead.
hey guys, Assalamu alaikum and very good evening to you guys. Firstly, I would like to apologize. I was unable to answer to you guys previously. Actually, I was on the way to my home, and I must say the session was absolutely good. It was really informative, and you guys are doing absolutely great job. It would definitely help those people who are lacking in confidence and who are struggling in confidence. So I must say it was a great session.
Who's this?
Hamna.
Okay.
And we thought otherwise.
And now, guest comment from the guest present physically at Beach Luxury.
Actually, DTM Sarfraz has his hand raised. Maybe he may make a comment.
Okay, okay. So DTM Sarfaraz, over to you.
Mute, sir.
You're mute.
No,
I
he's
have-
not. He is muted.
Yes.
Yes.
DTM Talha, I have a request.
Yes, sir.
Throughout the meeting, I noticed an empty chair in the speaking area.
Oh my God, that's me.
I would like you to take a picture of it, photo, and post it in KTC WhatsApp with the wordings, this chair or this empty chair represents Toastmasters missing in the meeting, especially those whose names were on the agenda.
All right. All right.
Back to
Great,
you, Madam President.
Okay, are we ready with the votes?
Yes, we are, but we don't have any more guests. All right. Daniel is the member. Mr. VP membership.
Okay. So have all the guests left?
Yeah.
Okay.
That goes to prove that there's no use having a shorter meeting. Those who wish to leave do leave.
Madam President, our guest Hamna Tahir would like to ask a question.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I would like to ask this, how Toastmaster would help those people who are already confident enough to face market or who are already confident enough to face people, how Toastmaster would help them?
All right. So perhaps I'll answer. And Toastmaster, guest Hamna, talk about wishful thinking. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Thank you, sir. All right. So first of all, no matter where you are, there's always room to improve, and you can always go up wherever you are. So in our club, as you saw, we have members like DTM Sarfraz. We have other senior members who are already great speakers, and some of the speakers that enter our club that are relatively fresh, they are very confident. But what Toastmasters does is make everyone better and take them to the next level. One example that I'd like to give is that whenever, even the top Hollywood actors, they learn their lines, they rehearse for days before shooting a scene, even though they're the masters of their craft. So no matter on which skill level you are, Toastmasters will make you better. So that's my response. DTM Surprise, would you like to respond to this?
Thank you, DTM Talha. Yes, guest Hamna Tahir, I agree with what DTM Talha mentioned. There's always room for improvement. And that simply means, depends on what your purpose is. If you are giving presentations in business world, most CEOs or general managers of corporations will tell you that they are good speakers. They have no trouble talking to people, but when they stand before their audience, before their employees to give a speech, you will hear ahs and ums every other sentence, even though they think that they are great speakers. So there's always room for improvement to avoid fillers, to polish up your presentations. In Toastmasters, one of the things we learn is how to say or how to present your message in the fewer words possible. Because it is easy to give a 10-minute speech, write a 10-minute speech, but if you take that 10-minute speech and ask someone to give it in a 5 to 7 minutes, that's challenging. And that's one of the techniques you learn in Toastmasters, because most of the speeches in Toastmasters are 5 to 7 minutes, with the exception of some that require the speaker to give a long speech, like an 18 to 22-minute speech. So I would encourage you to attend, if you're not sure whether this can benefit you, to attend a few more meetings. And if you like, you can attend different club meetings and see for yourself what it does. Especially look at the ones that are, say that I have been giving speeches for a long time, see how they speak, see someone who's been a Toastmaster for a long time, how they speak, and judge for yourself, is Toastmasters for you or not? Back to you, Madam President.
Okay. So I would ask again, are we ready with the votes?
Well, actually, for some categories, we have too few votes. So now you have chosen to not vote. So live with the results. I will not entertain any complaints. Just for the record, best facilitator has just 3 votes. So you may want to fill that while I announce other votes. First of all, best speaker today goes to, again, too few votes, but again, now nothing can be done. The result is being announced. Best prepared speaker goes to DTM Sarfraz Aziz. Best prepared speech evaluation goes once again to DTM Sarfraz. Best, just give me a second. Best evaluator goes to, oh, sorry, I just announced it, right? Best facilitator goes to Toastmaster Muhaddil. And best table topics goes to, wow, Toastmaster Dania. So even though Toastmaster Daniel does not give a speech, we find a way to give him an award. So yeah, all right. And we also have the Critics' Choice Awards. So which is a qualitative review or analysis of a speech according to the International Speech Contest ballot. And in that, 3rd place goes to DTM Sarfraz. 2nd place goes to Toastmaster Fahim. And 1st place goes to myself. So that means that just like oftentimes, sometimes the most talented and most amazing rock bands do not find commercial success during their lifetimes. And only after the meeting is over, they're evaluated and critics reevaluate their position in history. So yeah, thank you, secret critic, for appreciating my speech. And thank you, Karachi Toastmasters members, for not giving me a single vote. So those were the results. And oh, sorry, best big four, sorry, one is remaining. Best big four, and best big four goes to our debutant Toastmaster of the day. Well deserved, thoroughly well deserved. Toastmaster Norton. So, Madam President, I would like 2 more minutes, if you, with your permission.
Sure. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much. For the next meeting, I'm floating a link. Everybody take 2 minutes to book your speech slots and roles right now.
Okay, in the meantime, you can remind them again about the COT and the.
Yeah. In the meantime, I would like to, the poll has been floated. It is not only in your, in Karachi Toastmasters Club group, but it's also in your individual inboxes. So everyone, please click and pick your role. And in the meantime, let me remind everyone once again about the upcoming Club Officers Training and Spring Festival starting at 9 a.m. 9 a.m.
10.
Yeah, we're telling everyone 9 so that they make it by 10. So 9 to 6, and that will include our Club Officers Training and a Spring Festival and lunch and high tea, and most importantly, in-person meeting with other Toastmasters and non-Toastmasters and leaders from around Karachi and beyond.
Musical session is also.
And there's also a musical session, and of course, a panel discussion, the very thing that everyone flocks to see. So, yeah.
Okay.
So, over to you, Madam President.
So you need to register it. You just have to pay 200 rupees
Yeah.
for Toastmasters and 300 rupees for non-Toastmasters. And if you register yourself on spot at the venue, then you will have to pay 600 fees. So do your maths.
You want to announce the menu?
I can.
I can.
Yes.
I can.
No, menu. What's
Oh,
what's the
menu.
treat?
Menu is, I don't know, most probably it will be biryani should be there. Biryani should be there. Let's see if there's a second dish.
200 rupees per head, you will get much more than that. You will have biryani, one curry salad.
I wish I could.
All right, everyone, I
can
think
get parcel.
time to hand over charge back to our president.
Meeting is adjourned.
Okay, so all the announcements, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before you
Yeah.
adjourn the meeting, I would like to invite Miss Hamna Tahir to our next meeting. I will give a speech, which is the level 2 project, mentoring in Toastmasters, and I will answer your question that you posed. What can Toastmasters do for those? I will not be answering your question directly, but indirectly you'll get the answer because I'll be telling you what Toastmasters has done for me. And you'll know I've been in Toastmasters now for 29 and a half years. Back to you, Madam President.
Okay.
Many
And with
thanks. I will
that,
definitely attend.
since all the announcements have been made, I declare the meeting adjourned. Goodbye,
All right.
everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, and see you all on Saturday. Thank you.